Oh, about 120 here. I'm about to make an attempt to make a video response, first one, to the video of Andrews about the God of cancer. He made a statement about the alleged sacrifice that Abraham was going to do to Isaac, but was stopped by God. And I kind of defended the whole decision. And it turns out some months later that, well, long story short, it was wrong because it was just wrong. And long story short is, and I wrote up this big, long dissertation. I got a script here saying that basically I am now so hard for me to say this. I've now discovered that I am now an atheist. Just trying to figure out how I got here, but maybe what I've got here. Basically because of, well, a lot of things came into it. Personal issues, Bible not really starting to not add up, or add up less and less to, what I was experiencing in my life, with originally 2.5 years of unrelenting news, disappointments, like my family, betrayals by a family member, two forced relocations, and 2 formal and 1 semi-formal eviction. And I was hoping things would get better, but things sadly got worse. Then, let's see. I want to preface that by saying that, yeah, I know Christians go through stuff, especially those people who are in, let's say, Saudi Arabia, Iran, northern Nigeria, Pakistan. But unfortunately, a lot of their troubles are coming from people who believe in Islam, which dominates those regions. And that's a whole other story, but you've got one group of people who are using their religion to persecute another group of people, and unfortunately, it comes down to it, both beliefs are kind of highly suspect, as in they are completely lacking evidence to support them. Let's see what else I got here. So basically, again, after 2.5 years of going through this, I think the emotional tipping point came when I was evicted the second time because of a dispute with a fellow tenant, and at the time I was led to believe, or rather prayed about, was led by the Lord, that I was supposed to move to Provo, Utah. I live in Lehigh, Saratoga Springs area, but moved to Provo. Provo is a college town where BYU is. It's also where the doctor I was seeing was, and there was a church there. It was quite similar to Bethel Atlanta, Morning Star, if you're familiar with those two organizations. And so I was led to believe, oh, that's where I'm supposed to go. And I tried numerous times to find a place down there. I had there was disagreement with my family about moving down there, and then the wheels started coming off the wagon. First wheel that came off, well, the pair of wheels that came off was that, the first wheel that came off was that, at the last minute, I decided to take the place in Saratoga Springs. And I really beat myself about that, saying, yeah, I went out inside the Lord's will. I should have done it, went outside the Lord's will. I could have done so much stuff there, could have met somebody, been a part of a family, church family. And so when I got the call for my doctor's appointment, I got a text message from my potential landlord saying, whoop, I'm sorry, the room isn't available anymore, which probably meant I would have been stuck at my brother's house if I had not taken the place in Saratoga Springs. So then, at that same doctor's meeting, my doctor informs me that since I signed up with insurance, aka Obamacare, aka ACA, I can no longer take advantage of the services. So that was the second wheel. Third one was my landlord not using some excuse about me leaving the place a mess, which I didn't. I wasn't going to get my deposit back. And so we got prayed about it, and I was going to start litigation. And I felt the Lord saying, nope, don't do that. There's a whole lot of mess. They were just go down to the church, fellowship with them, just go down there and visit. Who knows, maybe, meet some people, start a friendship. Maybe you can go there your brother can let loan his SUV, drive down there, maybe every Sunday, So I drive down there with my stuff in order to go to my place in Saratoga Springs, only to find out that the church has moved to Draper, Utah. So I started looking at the "We moved to Draper" sign about, I say, a good 2 minutes, and that's when last wheel came off and everything just basically went downhill there. Went to a church in a nearby town, but decided right then and there, well, I'm not going to be the evangelical anymore. I'm just going to be just a believer, lay person, as it were. And I will start practicing the spiritual gifts, which Seth and other ex-believers are pretty much familiar with, especially if they were in the charismatic evangelical circles. So anyway, do that for a few months, and everything's going on fairly well, but there's still problems, and the problem culminates in that I get another eviction notice. Not an official one, but basically I'm told by my roommate who I'm subletting from, well, the landlord's doing something, and we all have to move. And I talked to the landlord, and she kind of confirms this, so I said, okay. So I moved myself out, went to my brother's place again, only to find out that that was full of crap. He was just having me to get out, so one of his buddies from a neighboring state to come in. And the landlord either didn't know about it or just said signed off on it because he was like, hey, he'll be able to pay more money or something like that. So I went to my brother's place again, and and the problems I was having when I was with him before started creeping up. I found another place in a nearby town called, Lehigh. It's still in Lehigh, but it's in the Traverse Mountain area. So I get up there with great difficulty, and I just at the point where, look, something's going to have to change. Adding on to this, oh, sorry. Adding on to this is and I want to make sure I'm getting this right, the disingenuous, intellectually dishonest, and basically Orwellian doublespeak using, if you can add that phrase, tactics of apologists such as Ray Comfort, Saitan Burgenkate, Ken Ham. Ken Ham is just basically, well, if you see the creationist museum he's got down there in Kentucky, and the whole art thing, and the baby he did Bill Nye, yeah, it was just embarrassing. I mean, that didn't add on to it. So I basically asked God, for a sign, for something tangible that I can basically hang my head on. It wasn't for me, it was for a family member. I said, okay, we just wait, you know. So and I said, well, hey, I mean, I'm not gonna, and I know the whole thing about, well, you should never put the Lord's regard to the test. So I got screwed around and I said, it's kind of convenient. So you asked me to believe something with little or no evidence. I kind of can't do that anymore. So I asked him for something. And I said, hey, I'll even, 3 weeks, I kind of a soft deadline, 3 weeks or so, for what, so 3 weeks go by and nothing happens. So by this time I've now stumbled into a form of agnosticism / apostasy. And that's what I was at. So after this deadline comes and goes, I kind of look at myself and say, do I really want to continue to do this? So I kind of I didn't look at the mirror, but I just looked at. So I just saw myself and said, you really want to keep doing this? You put 37 years into this, and it's come down to this. So, okay. So that day I became a agnostic atheist. And I have to say, counter to what some people have said, I don't know if Aaron Glenn has, Seth Andrews, or Owen Ross, or Bionic Dance, or Lee Lemon, or Jacqueline Glenn. I don't know if they said it specifically, but I've heard it from atheists online. Far from it being a liberating experience, it's been depressingly sober. Kind of like, and I was going to show a clip from Star Trek 6 about the about the Kirk not being very happy with the fact that he's been chosen to be the envoy, Federation envoy with the Klingons. Yeah, but I'll skip that. Plus my entity skills are basically in the DOS era. I got it's kind of akin to being in a tornado. Your house is pretty banged up, but it's still standing. All your neighbors' houses are gone. And some of your neighbors are not dead. You're happy, but yeah, are you really happy? or in more extreme form, being married, a long-term marriage, ending. You kept the house, but the house is now empty. The way to put it, you just survived D-Day on Omaha Beach. You've been hit a few times. Medics sent some stitches into you, but you're alive. Unfortunately, your entire platoon was killed. So, yeah, you got your officers saying, congratulating, yeah, we've got the beach, but, yeah, buddies that you went through boot with, or with the other can with, they're still there lying on the beach dead. So, but, I guess we're going to have to probably just go and talk to some people about it, get some help. So, all in all, it's for the best. Even though I don't feel like that right now, better to deal with the cold harshness of reality than living in some kind of delusion. I was told as another free thinker that, especially when it comes to people doing grinding poverty, not only in third world countries, but even in this country, it's a pretty hollow thing to tell them, this is the only life you've got, and you've got to make the best of it. And I still think that is the case, but as what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you can make the best of it. You're probably going to have to get help. Try and band together and get the government to step and help you do something with it. In the case of third world countries, get with your neighbors, do the best you can. Hopefully foreign NGOs will help you out to get you to be self-sufficient, especially if your government's crappy, corrupt, or inept. But bottom line is you got to do the best with what you've got. But that's it with that. Gee, that took a long time. Hope the video quality is not too bad. My laptop needs some repairs. I guess I also could say was that, all those people who I argued with, the three things I argued with months ago, I guess if I was being immature about it, say, oh yeah, I guess you had one, but nope. It's just a point where they were right, I was wrong, so that's how to deal with it. So, oh, and Seth, if you want to use this, feel free to use it. Tell other religious people out there, take a step back and look at what you're believing. So, see you later, and as I still say, although I stopped using it in my quotes, I will still sign off with keep watching.